Hummingbirds get their name from the humming noise they make while moving at extreme speeds. But how fast do these tiny creatures move, and how does this need for speed cause them to be vulnerable in other ways?
What?
Find out all this and more today on Laf Pack. Who doesn't like music? Everybody loves some type of music.
From rock to hip hop,
From country to R&B,
from Latin to jazz,
from classical to the newest pop sensation.
there's music for everyone. And the best type of musical sound is the one that's created by nature itself.
Does it happen to be certain mongoose?
No.
Okay, fine. But I'm still one of the only animals that can talk, right?
You know you are, little buddy.
The musically talented animal we are referring to is so good at holding a note that a group of these creatures is known as a tune. But when this fairy-like creature is alone, it's called a hummingbird. A tune isn't the only unofficial name given to a group of hummingbirds. Other collective titles given to a group of 3 or more hummingbirds is a charm, a hummer, a glittering, a bouquet, and a shimmer. Now obviously the words hummer and tune refer to the sound that a group of these birds make. But the terms like glitter and bouquet reflect their outward appearance. Unlike most other birds, hummers have a special shape to their pigment-containing structures that enables them to reflect a rainbow of light. It also might explain why hummingbirds look like they have different colors when you see them from different angles. Kinda like how chameleon paint works on cars. It's because of this that hummingbirds are some of the most brightly colored things, not animals, not plants, most brightly colored things on the entire planet. And it's this uniqueness that gives the hummingbird a almost fantasy type quality. So what other almost mythological type facts are there about the hummingbird? And why is this cute little minx also known to be such an aggressive grumpy Gus?
Let's find out some feature facts.
Featured facts. Location. The almost 340 species of hummingbird are entirely restricted to the New World, where they can be found from Tierra del Fuego to the southern points of Alaska.
Just be careful giving me Eskimo kisses, okay?
And from below sea level deserts to the steamy tropical forests, at elevations up to 16,000 feet in the Andes of South America. These smooth-flying animals are the smallest of the migrating birds. And they don't migrate in flocks like other species. Instead, they choose to fly solo for over 500 miles at a time. The majority of North American hummingbirds choose to fly to Mexico or Central America during the winter. Hey, I don't blame them. I'm not a fan of the cold either.
Huh, where'd everybody go? This winter thing ain't so bad. Don't say a word.
Species. Like I said earlier, there are around 340 species of hummingbird. But just so we can get a good look at some of the more common species, I'm gonna name off a few that are here in the US. The Rufous Hummingbird. These birds are found along the western half of the US, ranging from Alaska all the way south to Mexico, depending on the season and their migration. The Anna's Hummingbird, typically found along the western coast of the US. The Calliope Hummingbird. They can be found across the western half of the US into both Canada and Mexico. The Broad-Tailed Hummingbird, found in the high mountain meadow areas. They are known for the rose magenta throats on the males. The Ruby-Throated Hummingbird. These green and red birds are found across the eastern half of the US and ranging from Canada to to Mexico during migration. And lastly, the black-chinned hummingbird. These small birds are known for their green, purple, and black colors. Now, if there is a hummingbird that I've mentioned that you've seen in your backyard quite a few times, or I didn't mention one and there is one that is your favorite, go ahead and let us know in the comments below, and maybe we're going to be adding that on to a future episode. Thanks, guys! Senses. Of all the senses that other creatures have, hummingbirds are missing one. They don't have a sense of smell.
See, good bird buddy, I told you this garden at the park was cool. Oh man, check out these flowers. Oh, they smell so good. Oh, you should really come down here and smell this flower, buddy. It smells so good. Sorry, I forgot.
But while they can't sniff out a bird feeder, they do have great color vision. Some birds, like the Ruby-Throated Hummingbird, prefer orange or red flowers. To be honest, compared to most other animals, humans are pretty much colorblind. See, in your eyes, there are cones that pick up certain colors. And that's how you see those colors.
Colors!
But humans only possess 3 different kinds of color cones in their eyeballs. These eye cells are only sensitive to red, green, and blue light, and a mixture of those. But birds have a 4th cone type that's sensitive to ultraviolet light. So in theory, this extra cone could help birds see far more colors than we can.
Hey Diogi, don't even worry about it. I like to enjoy flowers a different way. Wow.
Legs. These small birds have such tiny little legs that there is only a few uses for them. They generally only use their legs for perching, scratching behind their ears, and moving sideways on tiny little branches that they're sitting on. They can't walk or hop. But one last thing they can do with their tiny, cute little feet is fight for territory. And when these tiny little guys fight, there's no rules allowed. They will use their claws, they will pull each other's feathers, they will even jab with their beaks if necessary to make sure that their food source is safe from everyone else. But to be fair, scientists have said because of the scarcity of food, hummingbirds have been able to somewhat put up with each other when need be.
You're lucky the human put up another feeder. I'd be kicking you all out of here, you bunch of ingrates.
Joke time! Joke time! It's time for joke time!
It's joke time! Joke number 1. Why do hummingbirds hum? Because they don't know the rules. Joke number 2. What do vampire hummingbirds eat? Your blood sugar. Hey-o! Joke number 3. What do you get when you cross a hummingbird and a cow? Hamburger. Get it? Hamburger?
Size. No breaking news here when I say that hummingbirds are tiny, but their eggs are even smaller. The average number of eggs laid by a hummingbird is usually only about 2. These tiny eggs have been found in nests that are smaller than a $50. And the eggs themselves are around the same size of a jelly bean or a coffee bean. Some species of hummingbird, like the black-chinned hummingbird, make their nests out of plant down, spider silk, and other natural resources that can expand after the babies hatch and start to grow.
Okay, it's getting a little tight in here. It's time someone moved out. Oh yeah, you looking at a new place? I'm not talking about me. What, then you talking about Mom?
Memory. Here and excuse me, sorry, I forgot. Well, happy birthday, Manny, and I hope you. What?
Hold on.
What?
First off, it's not Manny's birthday. Second off, we're talking about hummingbirds.
It's not Manny's birthday, and we're talking about hummingbirds. Well, it's good for you. I have a little information on those as well. You see, in order for a hummingbird to survive, they need to take in a whole bunch of calories, meaning they need to eat a lot of food. The problem is they don't have enough time in the day to go looking for new places to get that nectar. But because of this, these featherheads have been given a great tool to make sure they get their fill of food in a day. Let me show you something. They may be tiny, but hummingbirds have a huge memory. Their hippocampus, the area of the brain responsible for learning and memory, is up to 5 times bigger than that in songbirds, seabirds, and woodpeckers.
Keep getting this nasty headache and I don't know why. Oh well, back to work. I'm okay.
This might explain why hummingbirds are such skilled foragers. The birds can remember where every flower in their territory is and how long it takes to refill with nectar after they've fed. As you already know, some hummingbirds weigh less than a coin, but are known to be extremely smart, with a brain larger in comparison to body size than any other bird. They also remember year to year where each feeder is found, both at home and along a migration path. Females have been observed watching older ones building a nest to learn some tricks and tips, and possibly steal some material. And they learn which people are the ones responsible for filling hummingbird feeders, and which ones tend to forget. By remembering their food source and the last time they visited it, they can actually plan with some precision. This is known as episodic memory and was previously considered exclusive to humans only. Well, there you go. In order for these birds to feed efficiently, they've got to remember what flowers they fed from, what flowers produce the most nectar, and a whole host of additional spatial temporal information. And they have a big brain to do just that. Food. Although there is a nasty rumor out there that says that hummingbirds use their tongues like straws to suck out the nectar from flowers, this is not true. Fact check, false. Hummingbirds drink the nectar out of feeders, moving their tongue in and out just like any other animal would.
Oh, that's really hitting the spot. Oh, that's the stuff.
But unlike other animals, hummingbirds can move their tongue in and out of their mouth at speeds of up to 13 times per second. Try doing that. Hummingbirds can consume anywhere between 1/2 and 8 times their body weight in nectar per day. That's like our main mongoose Manny, who weighs about 10 pounds, drinking anywhere from 1/2 gallon to 8 gallons of nectar a day. Holy honeypots.
Okay, that's not happening. See ya.
Sleep. Now, although this isn't their normal position, sometimes hummingbirds can be found sleeping upside down. These tiny birds have such a rapid metabolism that they risk burning up most of their energy while they sleep. So in order to avoid this, these birds go into a hibernative-like state known as torpor, in which their heart rate, their breathing, and their other bodily functions slow way down. This resting state can last anywhere from 5 to 10 hours. As for this hanging upside down business, when these birds go to sleep, they clench their claws around the perch very tightly. But if it's a very smooth perch, they may slip in their sleep until their head is hanging downward. Sure, it may look alarming, but usually when the bird wakes up, it can right itself with no problem.
5 more minutes, Mom.
It's time for something crazy! Crazy.
Here's something crazy. Hummingbirds are the only birds that can fly backwards.
Back it up, Jack. Nice and easy. Back it up.
But not only backwards and forwards, but they can fly upside down.
Okay, Jack, now you're just showing off.
And the crazy skills don't stop there. Hummingbirds also have speed. Meow. Hummingbirds flap their wings from about 10 to more than 80 times per second while hovering. But they can flap their wings even faster when necessary.
Oh, you want to see speed? Oh, let's show them, boys.
Hummingbirds' average flying speed is around 20 to 30 miles per hour. But when they need to, hummingbirds can book it up to 75 miles per hour. And if you checked our previous episodes, you know that this is way faster than the snowy owl, that can reach 46 miles per hour while flying.
I'm faster than the Flash. Or Quicksilver. Call me the Hummingbird. Tweet, tweet!
Holy cow, who knew there was so much awesomeness in such a tiny little package? I mean, being able to hit 75 miles per hour in a dive? Oh, now that's impressive.
Yeah, their speed was really good, but their memory was even better. Being able to remember where the best free snacks are would be sweet. Yeah!
That's all great, but being able to see new colors, that would be awesome.
Well, that's our show, everyone. It's time to go out the door. See ya no mo. Or at least until next time. A huge thanks goes out to Kirsten for suggesting such an amazingly tiny little avian. Thanks, Kirsten. You rock. Speaking of friends, we would like to hear from more of you. So drop us a comment and let us know what you thought of the show.
And hit subscribe so you don't miss an episode.
If you enjoyed this episode, smash that like button.
Don't forget to share this show with your family and friends.
And as always, we'll see you next time on Laf Pack. Next time on Laf Pack.